Today I'm going to tell you the story of the biggest fumble of my entire life. Now, picture this. It is 6 p.m., it's cold, a Saturday night, and me and my neighbor are getting ready to go to the city to watch Mexican wrestling. That is something my neighbor for some reason has wanted to watch for a long ass time. He booked it while he was away and he was like, bro, we got to go do this. So I was like, okay, let's go watch Mexican wrestling. I'm sure it will be great. And so basically, we head to the city and we go to this event. And we stand outside the ring, and then all of a sudden the announcer comes into the middle of the ring and he announces the people who are going to fight. And it's all staged. It's all like an act. It's not like actual wrestling. It's some WWE type shit, right? And so we're there, we're watching the wrestling, and I notice these girls on the other side of the map. I almost said, I need to go outside more. I remember we just had a discussion about these two girls for some reason, saying something along the lines of like, he said, I don't find them hot. And I was like, I found them hot. And so anyway, I'm not really enjoying the Mexican wrestling as much. Like they're doing cool moves and whatnot, but I just don't really care for it, you know? And so eventually I tell him, like after like an hour of standing there watching the wrestling, that I'm gonna go outside. And then I notice the girl that we were looking at earlier has come outside with I don't know, her friend or her sister or whatever. And they go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool that they came outside. Maybe I should go talk to her or whatever. But anyway, I sit there kind of awkwardly, honestly hoping she does talk to me, but that never happens in real life. That's some fucking main character shit that never ever happens. And so I'm sitting there, sitting outside, and they come back from the bathroom. Her friend passes by me and she's behind her, and then all of a sudden she stops by me and she says, oh, what, like, why are you sitting out here, out here? I'm fumbling even my sentence right now. Why are you sitting out here? Are you not enjoying the wrestling or whatever? And I was like, oh, not really, like, I just don't think it's really my thing. And then she was like, oh, that's fair enough. Like, it's not for everyone. Everyone, enjoys different things. And then we just start chatting. We literally start having such a good conversation. I remember earlier in the event, this girl was kind of wild because the reason I saw her in the first place is because the guy was pouring tequila in people's mouths outside of the Mexican wrestling ring. And she was one of the girls that was up there going crazy. And she was like, yeah, but pour me some. And she did it. She ended up getting a ton of tequila and getting fucked up, basically. And she must have been fucked up before it. So anyway, we're talking, and I'm like, this is cool. I was kind of hoping to have a chat with her, and she came up to me. This is nuts. And so it's just me and her outside. There's pretty much no one outside. Like, everyone's inside the event, and we're kind of outside. And her sister, like, is like, oh, you're going to come back inside? And she's like, oh, no, I guess, because she was talking to me, which I thought was cool. A lot of girls will just go with their friend. And so she stayed out and talked to me, and we're having good chats. I remember I made her laugh. I said something along the lines of, before she was drinking, she was tame, she was calming the crowd. Then after they poured the tequila in her mouth, she was like, ah! And so she seemed to like that. Yapping went into full effect there. It was going great. And I remember one of her other friends came out and she was like, oh no, we're chatting. Like, I'll catch up with you in a bit. And I was like, this is great, man. She's wanting to talk to me. We're having great chats. I like this girl and whatnot. And then the conversations continue. Things are still going great. I'm like, wow, what's going on right now? This night has turned around. And my neighbor's kind of upset because I'm outside the event and, he is inside and trying to enjoy it. Meanwhile, I'm outside just sitting there like a loser. But little does he know, not like a loser, because I'm talking to a girl. Not a guy, by the way, just like to clarify. Anyway, the conversation's going great. We're talking, we introduce each other, and we get to know each other a little bit. And then all of a sudden, her other friend comes out, and she dismisses her again, and then she ends up saying something about it, like, oh, she always tries to, like, take me away and, like, whatnot. And I'm, like, laughing at her and whatnot. And then eventually they both come out and, like, essentially confront her and basically force her to leave the event because they're completely cock-blocking her from me, the demon, and the dog. And so anyway, yeah, she ends up saying, oh my God, they're forcing me to leave. Maybe I'll see you in a club later or something like that. And I was like, yeah, it's Jova. And I fumble, man, because the girl I wanted to talk to that night, came up to me and I didn't even ask for her number, her Instagram or anything. That was it. And so she was gone. In a blink of an eye, she was gone. And I knew her name, but I didn't know like her details or anything. So that was it. I'm never going to see this girl again. and it would have been great. And I fumbled. And so because of that, I was like moping about. And then I'm like, okay, I might leave the event because I'm not enjoying the event. And I say this to my neighbor, and I don't think he's too chuffed about it because this was meant to be our thing we were doing. He was excited for it for months, but I'm just not feeling it. The fumble made me feel a little bit better though, because I had a good chat with a girl that I liked and wanted to talk to at the event. So I'm not going to live in, well, I'm going to live in regret, that's for sure. But I'm not going to live in like, oh, what could have happened? Even though I am, because I didn't get a number. Anyway, so I end up going back in the event and sitting inside for a little bit because some of the chairs free up halfway between one of the wrestling matches. And then, because my neighbor doesn't want me to leave, while the break's happening, we decide to leave the event together to get some food with him fully planning on going back. I'm actually at this point have no intention of going back into the event, which he didn't know at the time. So sorry, Ken neighbor guy, which is, he's known on the channel. It's actually kind of funny. I saw a comment the other day being like, Ken's neighbor could know him for 10 years and he'll still be known as Ken's neighbor. He'll still be known as my neighbor, not my friend. So we eat food. My neighbor invites someone else because he knows I'm planning on leaving. And we part ways after that. He goes back in the event. I wait outside the event. And then I'm booking an Uber to go back home. And I'm like, oh, well, it's not that bad because if I had drank at the event and stayed out, I would probably not be feeling so good tomorrow because I have to wake up at 5 a.m. for this sleep-deprived Minecraft server that I'm going to be playing in. And so I'm like, okay, I need to wake up at 5 a.m. because that's 6 a.m. for me to get ready. And so it's probably a good thing, going home early to enjoy the stream, right? Make sure that I don't, because I got invited to the server and nothing fucking happens in my life besides uploading videos. And this is a cool moment, And so what happens is I'm like, okay, I can see the positive at the end of the tunnel, even though I'm going home and I fumbled with this girl, at least I get to go home and get to bed and whatnot. And so my neighbor leaves me. I'm waiting on the side curb. I call an Uber, right? I'm standing there, I'm waiting. And then I glance to my right. I see a sidewalk and I see a bunch of girls kind of laughing and walking down towards my direction. So anyway, I'm standing on the side curb and I notice this girl's coming towards me. And I'm like, okay, what's happening here? And she comes up to me and she says hi, and she's a pretty girl. And I'm like, what is going on while I'm waiting for my Uber? I'm alone here waiting for my Uber. I'm like, what did I do so right? And she's like, what do you think of my friend over there or whatever? It's her birthday. And I'm like, yeah, she's pretty and whatnot. And my Uber's coming down the street. I'm like, what are you guys up to? And she's saying that they're going to a pub for her friend's birthday. And she's like, you should come with us. And it's a group of girls. And she says this to me, you should come with us. And then I'm like, oh, I just booked my Uber. And she's like, oh, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going home. And she's like, oh, well, you can cancel it. So she is trying to get me to come. My Uber's pulled up. It's literally pulled up. And I'm like, oh, I think, like my Uber's here already. Like, she's like, that's boring. Come on. I'm like, oh, like I gotta go. And then I get in the Uber. I fucking get in the Uber and I leave these girls. And my Uber driver's like, are those girls your friends or something? I'm like, oh no, they're just some girls that came up to me just then. He's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, there's some girls that just came up to me. I just met them. And he's like, oh, what are they saying? And I tell him, I'm like, they were telling me to go to a pub with them because it was one of their friend's birthday. They wanted me to come with them. And he was like, what? He was like, what are you doing in the Uber? Let me turn you back around and drop you off. And I'm like, what? What, Uber driver? You're getting paid right now to take me home. How are you? He wanted me to go with the girls. And so I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Like, I just wasn't really in the mood. And like, I don't know. He's like, bro. And he was telling me, he was a bit of an older guy. He was like, when you get opportunities like that, man, you take them. And they're not opportunities that happen very often. There's not an everyday occurrence. But I had my night like mapped out, These things always happen at times when you least expect them. I did not expect to meet these girls. Like, I thought I had my night of fortune and I fumbled it with a girl already. And then I had another one. And I got in the Uber and I fumbled again. I fumbled with these girls again. And she was like standing right next to me and asking me to come with them. With all of them. What more can you ask for on a Saturday night? The whole time, my Uber driver is making me feel like I just fumbled the bag. He's like telling me, yeah, man, like, why are you in Uber? You can book an Uber anytime. These things don't happen anytime. You should have gone with them 100%. And so I'm just sitting there like, oh my fucking God, I am an idiot. The opportunity's gone now. I'm in the car. I made my decision. It's gone. And I'm sitting there the whole time and he's making me feel guilty. But he's also, and then eventually it switches like, look, man, you're young, you have time. These things will happen once again. I'm just like, why couldn't it have happened this time? Like 10 minutes ago. Not even 10 minutes ago, 10 seconds ago. Yeah, I'm discussing this with him the whole way. And then I'm like, And then he's justifying it. And he's like, you know what? You know, man, these opportunities, they come in life like you're young. And we end up having a proper discussion. Even him with his relationship, we get I get into some conversations with my Uber drivers. I swear to God, man. I end up telling him like, yeah, but like on the flip side, you know, I do have something to wake up for at 5 a.m. And it's like quite an important thing. And so that's how I'm justifying as well. He's like, oh, okay. If you had some important thing that you had to wake up for at 5 a.m., then fair enough. Because look, realistically, had I stayed out with these girls, right? I don't know what could have happened that night. For all I know, I could have met my wife. But on the flip side, it could have been a midnight. I could have had a bunch of drinks, stayed out till like 1, 2 a.m., and then missed the fucking sleep-deprived server grand opening stream and missed that opportunity completely. But it's always when there's these things always happen when there's something else happening that is like important in your life, or there's some like pivotal just choice, or you're on the way to something. You don't expect it. Here I am at now 11:20 p.m. It is the same night, and I'm sitting here questioning my decisions, and I wanted to get this story out because I just wanted to document it for what it was. I guess we'll find out if it was worth it. If it was worth not going with those girls. There was the flip side in the Uber where he was like, man, some of these girls, man, they're always trouble. So I was like, okay, man, thanks for the pro tip. We'll never know. We'll never know what could have happened. But all I do know, I fumbled twice in one night. These things don't happen. I make Clash videos in my room 24/7. I don't go out. And then this one Mexican fucking event. And this happens. And I fumble. I fucking fumbled. The biggest fumble of my life. 2 in one night, man. And I fumbled both, and I have nothing to show for it. So anyway, yeah, I fumbled 2 times in one night, and I don't know when the next time I'm gonna get an opportunity like this, and this is gonna torment me for many, many weeks to come, and I'm gonna be tormented so much to the point where the next opportunity does present itself, I'm not gonna be ready. And so the moral of the story is, with life, go with the flow. Don't try and live between you, always in your planned routine, because these opportunities come out of nowhere and you don't expect them because you always have your expected fucking God's plan routine that you follow, and then these things come out of nowhere and you have to go with the flow, otherwise you regret it and you end up being like me.